What's up? So, it is August 10th of 2022, and I had an ileostomy done on, I got my ileostomy bag on the 14th of June this year. Um, I had my colon removed, thank God, it was literally killing me, and also my rectum and a huge abscess that was really disrupting my life and causing excruciating pain. So, for about 8 months prior to my operation, I was operating at a pain level of 9 to 10. Being able to speak some days was impossible because of the pain that it caused to whisper. And as a singer, it's like that was a nightmare. So, getting my bag was the biggest blessing. Getting my colon out gave me life. I no longer am a skeleton with skin hanging off of me. I've built muscle. It's incredible. I spent 4 years before this operation not being able to eat. They call it Crohn's anorexia, the terrified feeling of the pain that's going to come along with food makes it so you rather just drink your diet than anything. So you could juice your fruits and vegetables, mix them together, and you can also drink. I used to drink about 4 or 5 Ensures a day. Sucked. Or any kind of protein drinks that I enjoy. So like Andre protein or muscle milk, just all that stuff. That's how I lived. That's not how I live now. So, it's about time we get very raw. My ileostomy bag I put on yesterday is having a leak because summertime is the absolute worst time to end up with your bag because all the humidity and the sweat can cause it to have leaking problems and things of that nature. I don't think that's my problem. Yesterday, when I put my bag on and measured it, I actually wasn't the 1.1 inches. So I had put on my, I love these bags. I can't wait to get one of my size again. But I put on the Sarah Plus from Hollister, and that just comes with a pre-cut. As opposed to what I'll be using today, that I had to cut myself. And I'm awful. These are the scissors they give you. I am awful with those scissors. And I'm like, I can't cut anything but hair. So I got my hair scissors out. Got them Tweezerman shears. They're not the expensive ones. Took those. Got a better cut. So that was everything. So I'm going to walk through my process of changing my bag. I want to first introduce my bag. Her name is Moira Rose Shits, and she's from Schitt's Creek. I was inspired for her name because when I first got my operation, y'all, oh my goodness, she was so loud, like extra, super extra. She's living her extra life. So I I just could only think of season 1, episode 3, where Moira is losing her mind, feeling irrelevant because of online commenters, tormentors. That dramatic, like, that's just so dramatic. So Moira has her name for that reason. She came very dramatic. So I'm gonna put these aside. Obviously I can't use those because I got a hella big leak. So let's show you what happened. And this isn't really the best time of day for me to change my bag. I quite normally do it a few hours from now, but I don't have a choice. So she may get messy. Quite normally, though, I'll say, and I'm gotta be honest, every time I've changed my bag at home, when I change it, I make sure it's dormant. I haven't had any issues, and as soon as the bag's on, she shows off and she starts using it. So it's like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But for a lot of people who have the ileostomy, we have more fluid output because what's happening is it's only going in the small intestine and you form stool in your colon, and my colon is gone, child. And so is my rectum, and so is the giant abscess that was destroying my life. Literally. Um, I mean, I was sleeping like 18 hours a day, but the rest of the time it was really just going from the bed to the bathroom to the bed to the bathroom, from the bed to the bathroom, doubled over in pain. My lips had no color to them. When I pulled, like, under my eyes was complete, there was no color to me. I was literally sagging skin on a skeleton by the time they got me in for my operation on June 14th. And I went from only drinking all my meals to eating all day. I love it. And I'm actually gaining, and I'm gaining muscle. And every day I'm hitting new milestones. And I am so grateful that this happened and I was able to get it back. And that it's giving me life, because that's all I've wanted. And living at a pain level that's that high for so long, like, I can't explain unless you've gone through it. It's just like you miss your real self and you miss who you really are, and you can't even be that because it's just you've been controlled and your body is literally autoimmune disease. It's literally attacking itself. So anyways, enough chit chat. Let's get set up. So first things first, I had to take off my ostomy belt. This is a support system. When I first were like, oh, you need to empty your bag when it is a third or half of the way full. I was like, but actually it is heavy. When there is any like fluid in there, it's heavy. So this belt helps support the weight and takes it off of you. However, because it's been leaked on, it has to be cleaned, and I will be using a clean one. Holla. I keep all of my stuff in Moira's outfit change supplies box. I like it all to be organized so I don't stress, because like that's like my number one thing. I don't want to be stressed out when I'm doing my change. Like I need to just, be chill, relaxed, and that way she's relaxed and everything stays inside my body until it's time to come out. By the way, learning how to sip water. That was the hardest transition probably of everything in this, was learning what a sip is. Thank you, Ricky, for teaching me at 6 years old how to chug a big gulp from 7-Eleven. I don't even know if they still have them, but they're like these gigantic cups. And he'd be like, chug, 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 chug. Dude's 10 years older than me, so it's funny for him. But I grew up drinking like that much is a sip to me, right? Almost a liter at a time. I used to bring a gallon of water to work with me. Child, I love me some water. But now I have to literally sip all day, just small sips, so that my body stays hydrated, because otherwise you get dehydrated very easily with ileostomies, and summertime is the hardest time to stay hydrated. I mix my electrolyte water with regular water now for the first time. I'm able to do that because my numbers are up, when they did labs. You need a garbage. I took my puke bin. Well, they delivered all my supplies in it. It's not really a puke bin. You need to cover your undergarments. Oh no, I want the thicker part. And that way, in case any of the product that you're using it starts to get there, you don't have it. I like to make sure it's all the way through, so I kind of pull it through. All right, Moira. So right now I have a Velcro closure, but I am going to be using a clip close bag. So this is the actual bag. I just got, what's up with these scissors? With my cheap scissors, I did a better job. So if it's still an inch today when we measure, then that's what I get. If it's an inch and an eighth, which it's not, I would put that other back on it. All right, so I have to actually put the clip on this bag. And what I do is want to line it up. And you want to hold it tight, man. So this way, once you've put the bag on, you don't have to worry about like anything coming out. learned that move in the hospital. These clips are kind of funky. You end up learning them. I enjoy these curved clips because they fit around the hip really well. So if you put it on toward the hip, it's perfect, especially for summer if you want to wear a bathing suit and stuff. Like, definitely need that. Ooh, I could have gone more with that. Hold up. Let's fix that real quick. Let's keep it going, child. Yes, we're going to rotate another time. And make sure the entire bottom's covered, and then put its little top on it. And it clicks in. Okay. So, to prepare your bag, there we go. Now my barrier's off. I'm gonna use my finger to try to help soften this because the cut isn't a pre-cut. All right. Now, I'm going to need my adhesive remover just in case I have to have powder, and the powder is going to work for any kind of irritation on the skin. I also have one if it looks fungal, like if there's little red dots everywhere, then I definitely have to use this one on the skin, and both of which you need to wear gloves for because otherwise it's really difficult to work with the tape and stuff that you're going to be working with. Okay. I always set aside my, oh my god, you didn't see me. I always set aside all of my supplies like right by my pillow because after you put the bag on, you have to hold it for 5 to 10 minutes. Got my clean belt. I'm gonna put that up there. Gloves are hella important. So I like to make sure, I just pulled them out the box and they all came in like one. I like to show I have 2 pairs set out for me. We need gauze. Very important because that's what you're cleaning your stoma with, Kelly. Yeah. And barrier spray. Oops. Barrier spray. I also have skin prep is what I use around the stoma. Just because I'm like anal retentive about everything that comes to this stoma. I Ostomy pouch deodorizer did not, the bottles are completely out of stock right now, so I'm gonna have to put this in the bag, which is gonna happen now before we get really going. So I'm just gonna stick my finger in there, pull this bag out, and pour that lube in there. It's like it says, it's deodorizing. It is a little bit, but more so, like you need the lubricant. That really helps a lot to get the stool out. Garbage up. And then just, that will move down the bag later. Okay, barrier rings. Where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta get some barrier rings. Hold up. Okay, my bad. So these stick on the body before the bag. What I have to do is take them, I usually mess up the first time, so I like to take 2 of them out. Just in case, so I don't like have to scurry. They're really sticky, they're moldable, and you have to mold them with the heat of your hands. I'm going to set those aside with the bag, as again, I'm going to be laying down for that part. Barrier strips are set aside to put on top of the bag. And, well, that's it. We're ready to roll. Alright. So, I like to put my bag in. And let's go. This adhesive remover is everything. But it's very oily, so it's also like, you know, whatever. But it helps really a nice and smooth removal. You want to hold your skin nice and tight. Now you're not putting any pressure on your sweet stoma, whether it's named Moira or not, but this one's Moira. So on our sweet Moira, we don't want to cause her any tension. And in taking the bag off, you go in the opposite direction as you would in putting it on. So you put it on from the bottom up, you take it off from the top down. I get it on my hands, and if you see, like, I'm actually just working its way into the barrier ring. These Brava strips, they are definitely serious. They are supportive of the tape. Unfortunately, I had a leak under the tape. The leak before the leak. Alright, so here it comes. Ready? So we're going to go down with it. Oh yeah. Now I scrub off. I'm like, can you even see me? Future Kelly or whoever I decide is gonna view this video. Looking at my skin right now, I most definitely am gonna use an antifungal as opposed to the powder for sensitive skin. I'll put these on before I get too sweaty. I have to turn the fan off. Summertime is not the time for a bag, man. No joke. They weren't kidding with that. But I like to learn everything in life the hard way. That's the way I've always done it. So, Moira gets clean. A little saline. Hey, baby girl. How you doing? How you doing? I don't put the gloves on because of her. I have no problem doing that part without the gloves. It's the powder I'm going to use afterwards that's the problem. And making sure all the powder has been removed from the skin is super duper important. So, if you see spots that are not, no bueno, you got to get them off. I'm going to put this on Moira in case she wants to spit. And then go ahead and get that spot nice and clean. It also is like close to my belly button. I had no idea I was losing all my belly button rings. Don't really care though, because I gained my life, and that's all that matters to me. Personally, couldn't really care less. They were beautiful while they lasted. That's how it feels, you know? Oof. Alright, I'm not going to mess with that because that looks very irritated. Yeah, let's not mess with that. Powder time. Thank you. Can you open, please? You want to make sure it's like well coated, but then here's the fucked up part. You want to make sure you put it all over the place and then wipe it off. Because if you don't get all of it wiped off, you can't get a good adhesion to your bag, to the skin, and then that's even more risk for leakage, which you really don't want. Ain't nobody got time for that. And as you see, Moira's being really good for this video, so I appreciate you, Moira. Thank you for that. I'm going to put a little extra where it looks a little extra. That is not looking too good. The first time I used this powder, I did not put a bag over that. And what I learned is it's really hard, even with dish soap or bleach, like to get it off of anything. So that's why they make you wipe it off. It definitely leaves a residue behind. So now that that's done, we're going to go to the sticky icky part. Nah, Snoop Dogg, I ain't calling on you right now. I'll call back on you. Called on you before I came up in here. Call on you when I get up out of here. But right now, Ain't no fucking gin and juice going on. It's just Moira. So now we're gonna use the barrier spray. I make sure it is saturated. I always make sure I have enough product to saturate the you-know-what out of it. Protecting Moira while keeping the integrity of the spray is like kind of a delicate balance for me still. I mean, like I said, I'm only like, what, a little over 2 months into this, so it's still kind of a new deal for me. This has to dry. I got a little desk fan I use. It's on dork. And you're supposed to hold it over the garbage can, so I don't know why I'm not. Probably because I'm videotaping and I never do that. Yes, everything is drying nicely. Let's really hit down there. Thank you, Moira. I try my best not to use any of my core muscles during this moment because that can cause her to have output. I'm not in the mood for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, so. Now my skin is super sticky. Well, let's leave the fan on because girl's hot. What? It's hot in here. Okay. So now that I got the sticky icky off, I also keep wet wipes by my bed, by my pillow. I mean, just in case I get something on my hands that's too sticky and I can't do my job properly. Right around Moira, I like to dot this on. And this is where I'm going to be putting the ring. Now I've measured her, and instead of 1 1/8 we are now at 1 inch. So I really hope this pre-cut bag is gonna fit. I can't believe I've gone down so much. I started at 2 1/4 inch, went down to like 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/8, and now 1. She's a little itty bitty rose. Who's so beautiful and relevant? See, that stuff, I can feel it on my hands right now. So, Moira's now going to get her stuff done. And you, my friends, are going to be coming with me up on the bed. Somebody didn't take their shoes off before they thought of doing this. I don't know what it was. It was just today I felt like, you know what? I'm going to share the realness and the process and everything I go through because it's nothing but beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to share that with future me or whoever I decide to share this video with. I hope that it serves them as, you know, maybe a source of information, inspiration, whatever it may be. It may be. All right. So now we're going to get down because you need to be flat. My skin has to be nice and taut. Oh no, I'm going to have to move my water for this. Okay. These rings are sticky and you don't want to touch them too much. The less you touch them, the better. I'm used to spreading them out a lot more than I'll be spreading them out today, so yeah. I use a mirror to help me, but it's very hard to balance it, to be honest. So there's a mirror here. Sometimes I've seen like doctors put the ring right on the bag, but I don't like to do that. I like to do this. I pull around her. Gosh, it's so small. So before it hits the skin, you want to make sure, oh, she's spitting. So just before you hit the skin, you want to make sure it's the right size. Almost time, Moira. Yeah, this is not my dormant time of day at all. Again, not the best time for me. Okay, so I want you to be able to see. So that is what it looks like when you have it on properly. And then, oh man, the pre-cut bag. Now I want this to sit on my hip. And when you put the bag on, you're going to go from the bottom up. Oh wow, it's really an inch. And then you want to hold it. Excuse me, box, I'm recording. You want to hold it because the heat of your hands are actually going to help it adhere. So you're going to do a little friction and then just press, because the center part is actually sticking down now. Okay. So I picked out a bag that you can have a see-through, so I can see through and make sure I can see that she's in it properly, completely covered, and no, oops, sorry, no skin showing. You don't want any skin showing. Wow, I can't believe I'm an inch, y'all. I cut an inch and the barrier strip is still showing through. Okay, so now we have the sides that we're going to take off. And I like to take it, and I take my finger and I just push across the tape so that it doesn't get all, you don't want it to crumple because you really need it to not leak, so that you can enjoy your life. And all the bag offers you the opportunity to live again. I mean, you want to make sure that it's on good so that you can have that joy of actually living. Let me tell you, my life with severe Crohn's colitis has not been quite enjoyable at all until I met Moira. Oh, and shout out to Dr. Thurston. I absolutely love my doctor. She's at Hartford Hospital. She is amazing. She is very honest. We have been talking about getting this bag and different options for years now, and just trying other things because she wanted to make my life easier, which I really appreciated. And she was very honest with me about my disease and, you know, oh, around the belly button, I can't lift the camera right now. This is a really important area to make sure it's adhered, because mine is so close to my belly button. I don't mind losing the belly button rings. I do mind if I mess up on this part, though. I can't get this. Oh my goodness. Why'd I have to break a nail? I never care about my nails. Alright, let's start on this side then. Yep, this side got it. Really? You gonna give me a hard time? Respect my authority. Did you forget? Dude, see? Ostomy life, yo. I've broken nails, and I don't even care about the way they look. I'm talking about it's hard to get that sticker off. That sticker is still in there. Alright, and like, you could probably see me doing it better on this side. Now these bags aren't as good as Hollister. This is a bag I ordered off of Amazon because I thought I had to buy my supplies until I was educated that I actually get to order, and insurance does help with a lot of this stuff. Unfortunately, insurance can't drive me everywhere I need to go. So that is my most difficult part is, I have a friend now that helps me with rides, and that makes my life 10 times easier. So yay, we didn't have to use the extra one. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Brava strip. Now this is going to support the tape. I like to start right next to the belly button. These bags don't give you an option for the belt, which is lame. Let's be honest, it is. Alright, I go as close to the bag as I possibly can with this. Alright. It's so weird to be inside the belly button, but whatever. It's the second time laparoscopic has gone through my belly button, so whatever. Been pierced 3 times. Surgically used twice, or maybe 3 times now? Twice. For my tubal litigation situation. And then for my whatever the fuck it's called, when they take out your colon and your rectum, and they give you a really cute designer asshole. This stuff is weird. It's like this rubbery, stretchy, moldable, situational. I'm actually glad that I'm using this bag today because tomorrow is my 41st birthday, and I will be going to hang out with my sister, who is so sweet and took the day off. Oh, I think this is really well. I want you to be able to see the Brava strip going on. She's so sweet. She took the day off of work, and we're all gonna go out and hang out and have a good time and get some ice cream and, just enjoy life because now I can, which is everything to me. So my visiting nurse will be here tomorrow, and I'll be able to order my pre-cut 1 inches because I am not the best with those scissors, man. And that's okay. Alright, so that is the bag change process. Now, oh no, powder on the bra. So now for the next 5 to 20 minutes, however long I feel like it, I will lay here with my hands, both of them, on top of it to help it adhere. And then I'm fine, I'm good to go. Obviously now I can take the towel out. I don't need a mirror between my legs anymore. Yeah. And that's it. So that's my process. That's my ReaLNeSS. This is my new life, and I am beyond grateful to not only have this new life, but to have had amazing support and love, and just amazing people have helped me through this, from friends and loved ones to doctors and surgeons and nurses, janitors. There's just people I've talked to that have really helped me become the new me I am. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm very grateful for my Moira. Thank you for joining me for my bag change. It's the first time I've ever shared it like this, so it's kind of crazy. But so am I. Happy ostomy life. Everyone say